So I'm here in Manchester doing a therapeutics course that's run by the AOP because I want to get back into practice as an optometrist after a short-ish career break. At the time it was right for the family circumstances needed me to be at home a little more. I had two youngish children and that just worked well for us as a family. I stayed on the register, I carried on doing my CET because I always thought I would come back into optometry. Things changed hugely in 2014 and I suddenly found that I was a lone parent with two children, and at the time going back to work just wasn't right. And it's only now that the children are 17 and 15 that everything's fallen into place and I'm desperate to get back to work. To go back on the register, you have to join the restoration list, and I did that by applying through the GOC. I could remember my old GOC number, and that allowed them to find my details and then list me again as a restoration member. I then joined the AOP again, and they've been fantastic, giving me lots of advice and have told me that I need to get 12 CET points before I go back onto the register. These are across 8 competencies. We need 6 interactive and one of them needs to be a peer review. It's not been a hard process, it's been a little bit daunting, a little bit nerve-wracking, but very, very straightforward. I wish I'd started sooner. It feels like a little bit of a rush, but only because I'm impatient to get back into practice. I think if I'd have known at the start of the year that I'll need to get 12 points and how I would need to get them, I probably would have done it a little bit more timely. I've had to have my ophthalmoscope and my retinoscope repaired. I wish I'd have thought about that a little bit sooner. I mean, it's been done, it's back, it's all in full working order now, but it's little things like that. It's little things that I think it's going to take me a little while to get onto the NHS provider list. I'm hoping to be back on the register by September, and I started this process in June, just the beginning of this month in June, so it's relatively quick, but as I say, I have been quite impatient and I've done a lot of my points at home and love doing it. I've been doing the Optometry Today articles and the Spectrum articles, so a lot of distance learning, which has been really interesting. Once I finish today here at the AOP Therapeutics course, I should have the full number of points, I think, and then it's just a case of applying to the NHS to get back on the register and finding somewhere to work. So I'm really hoping that by September, by the start of the new term, I'll be back to work properly. I have got a practice in mind, yes. It's a woman who runs a practice that's local to me in Skipton called Laura May Opticians. She's a dispensing optician and it's only a small sort of small town practice really, and she's building up her patient list, so she's looking to have some more cover, so it would be lovely to work for her. It's really close to where I live and it's a lovely independent practice with a really nice feel to it, which I think is important. So to get advice about going back to work, my first port of call was to look on the AOP website. I'd been a member throughout my profession, so that seemed the obvious place to start, and also the GOC, who advised me that I would need to go back onto the restoration register. The AOP have been brilliant. I've emailed a few times, there's loads of articles, and just speaking to colleagues who work within the AOP as well. I'm very lucky to have access to those, and that's been absolutely brilliant. But yeah, the College of Optometrists as well, local colleagues, there's an optometrist in the town where I work who I've spoken to as well, just asking around, but it's been made very, very simple, very clear, step-by-step process, which is what I needed to know.